Hey everybody, what's going on? Episode 5 of the Blazer Golf Podcast. On the Blazer Golf Podcast, we talk about topics all across the world of golf, including our personal stories and experiences as NCAA athletes. Today, it's just, again, it's Liam and I, and we have a special guest coming later, Alec.
We'll get to Alec soon. We got some things we got to talk about first, though.
Yeah, so if you aren't already following our YouTube and all of our socials, down in the comments below, you'll find all of that down in the description. And today, like you said, Liam, we got a special guest coming later on with Alec, but we got some really cool stuff to talk about first.
Yeah, so we just got back from playing golf again in February. We are crazy.
Yeah,
we played out in
Charlton.
Yeah,
at Heritage.
Heritage Country Club. A really good track.
Yeah, really interesting course.
Again, for February, just like Allendale, good February golf.
Yeah. I mean, as good as it gets for February, like it poured last night. It was really, 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 really wet. But it's February. Again, we got a day in the 60s. It was probably 60 for 15 minutes, and then you guys will see the back nine.
Yeah, we got it on film. It was tough conditions, but
it's golf.
Yeah, you'll see that this Friday when this comes out. It'll be coming Friday.
Yeah, so you guys will be able to see that coming up soon. No spoilers, but better than Allendale, play-wise, score-wise.
Yeah.
Conditions were a lot harder.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't necessarily the longest course, but man,
felt long.
With it being wet, the greens were inconsistent. But I'm not trying to discredit the course at all. It's still a great course.
Yeah.
For February, I would go play there again in a heartbeat tomorrow if it's open.
Yeah, 100%.
But that being said, you can't take away the fact that, it is tough when you have one hole, the green soaking wet, and one hole it's running pretty fast.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to chip.
Yeah, no,
it's tough, but you'll see in the video. We'll go over our shots and everything. So, make sure you check that out. It's gonna be a great video. I think our best one yet.
Yeah, we're getting better by the day, and the podcasts are getting better. You guys are on this journey with us. We're trying to do what we can, and everything, it's getting better. We're getting better at this, and the feedback really says that. So we appreciate everybody who comes out and actually watches and listens to these. It means the world to us. And once we start to get in season, it's just you guys. This is just the preseason. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's gonna be real shit.
If you want to help us out even more, there's a donation link in the description as well. We're trying to just do our best to create content, genuine content from genuine people. So we appreciate everything.
Yeah, trying to get a camera. We gotta get a camera.
Yeah.
You guys probably see on the YouTube videos. Sometimes the aspect ratio and stuff is just tough.
We're figuring that out too.
Yeah.
We're new to the editing, everything, but every video, I promise you, I'm learning new shit. I figured out the aspect ratio.
Yeah, we're getting better.
It's gonna be good.
We're getting better, so it'll be easier to watch and also more enjoyable content-wise.
On Spotify, if you listen on Spotify, I think we're doing pretty good on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, we're killing it. We're killing it on Spotify.
So yeah,
Spotify's cool. And we're also, heads up, we might be able to get on Apple Podcasts too with people who are on Apple Podcasts.
But if you want Spotify, I'm guessing you don't care.
On YouTube, you're actually watching the action here. So,
either way, we got some stuff to jump into. The Genesis Invitational wrapped up this past weekend.
Man.
Joaquin Nieman, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats to him, man. So shout out to our last podcast where I thought Abraham Answer was Joaquin Nieman. And how he wasn't in the top 20.
He was not, but now he is.
But now he is.
And I don't know if Abe is still in.
I don't think he is.
I think he's 20th.
I think he's dropped down. But not, I was talking about his swing. Guys, you saw this weekend, he just put on an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
Really put on display his swing.
I mean, 63-63 opening is just unheard of. He set not only the 36-hole scoring record, but
the 54,
the 72,
and the 72.
I mean, that's just a wire-to-wire victory. Listen, we talked a lot of hype on Zalatoris, or that even the Thigala, these young Corn Ferry Tour guys.
Yep.
Joaquin Nieman's younger than both of those guys, and he has 2 wins. He's proven.
It's crazy.
He's a top 20 player in the world.
Yep.
He does everything right. He's got a really good swing that fits him. I don't know. He's got good leadership. From like Sergio, guy. I think we need to start seeing him as more of a threat for more tournaments.
Absolutely. I really like his iron play. You know, like you said, like his swing is different, guys. You probably saw the tour analysis because after any time any of these guys blow up, they really get all their stuff relived, which is great. Big fan of the PGA Tour and how they do all that stuff. But man, just talented. You guys are gonna see talented players on the tour, but man, it's great to see someone that's what is he,
23.
23? Guys, he's 4 years older than us. And he's 2 wins on tour, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's his like fifth year on tour. It's like his 5th year on tour. Like he's been there for a while, and you don't.
It's nuts.
You don't get there and stay there unless you are a very good golfer. He held off of red hot Morikawa coming down the stretch. Great play to him too, man. I mean, the future of golf is in such good hands.
Yep. It's hard to toss up. You know, you think about how well Tiger played when his the competition he was playing. You know, we're seeing some of the best competition in golf.
Every week to week, like it's just
the fields are so packed.
You have to be on your A game, and it must be so mentally draining when they're traveling. Like, it's another whole conversation when you're talking about like travel fatigue these guys experience.
Oh my god.
They're flying across seas, like across country, and they're still going 63, 63.
Unreal.
It's crazy.
It's unreal, dude. It's
congrats to Joaquin.
I revved it.
It was a good leaderboard. I'm not gonna. Was it the most fun to watch? I think from a golf fan perspective, yes. Maybe the casual fan was like a little like. You know, there's only like a few guys. Like, you know what? He had a 5-shot lead or a 3-shot lead, something like that. And it's people that maybe you don't know too well. It's not like there's any. I don't know. But the Genesis is always a great course, great tournament.
Riviera, man, dude, that's crazy. Yeah. Riviera is. I have to say, it's one of my favorite. The Genesis is one of my favorite tournaments of the year outside of majors. Just Riviera, dude. I don't know what it is about it. It's just such a special course, and I feel like it suits. It doesn't suit many golfers, but it's such a. You have to be versatile.
Yeah,
and I think that's why Joaquin won. Just because, you know, some holes, the tee shots, like you got to be able to shape it both ways. You got to play with elevation. You know, I think on the third day, no, I think it was the first day. Eagled his first hole of the tournament. You eagle one, dude? That's unreal.
One is a pretty short par 5,
but it's a brutal approach. Yeah. Like regardless, you know, he's not the longest guy on tour. Pound for pound, he's the longest guy on tour.
He hits it.
He fucking bombs it.
He
bombs it. But dude, he's smaller than you?
No. Come on.
Dude, he's like 5'10", 5'9".
Joaquin Nieman is a unit.
Well, yeah, because he's in the gym. Even Tiger said that he was in the gym.
Joaquin Nieman.
Those guys you gotta get you in the gym. You gotta be like a unit.
Too old for that. I'm just playing. But yeah, great tournament. Little disappointed Patrick Cantlay didn't get a win on this West Coast swing. He played great.
He did. He played good.
He played great. I still have faith.
Tournament, dude.
People who aren't high on Patrick Cantlay, I don't know what you're doing. He is one of the best consistent players. Like, look at his last 50 rounds. He's got like 2 over par rounds in his last 50 rounds. Like, these are hard golf courses. He is traveling.
Yep.
He has won 4 times in his last dozen starts.
Yeah, it is crazy, dude.
He's going to be a threat for the next probably 7 years.
Should Jon Rahm be worried?
If he stays healthy.
Is Jon Rahm worried?
Jon Rahm's not worried about Cantlay right now. He's worried about Morikawa, who is like not even a point behind him in the OWGR. I think he's like 0.34 points behind number 1 right now.
Colin Morikawa, bro. Oh my god, dude! He's my tailor-made guy. Cinnamon Toast Crunch head covers. Yeah. He likes a fade off the tee. What else? What else can I say? Colin's a cool dude. Cool dude.
So, what do you want to talk about? We got to talk about. We're gonna segue now into our Summer schedule.
Yeah, dude. Let me pull it up. I know yours is a little bit less uniform because I don't think have you put all yours together yet?
I have, yeah.
All right, cool.
So we, outside of college, we do play tournaments individually. We're gonna have 3 or 4 this spring, hopefully, and then before our fall season starts, we play in individually ones too. So I know we're gonna try to play in one together this summer, and we're gonna try to film that actually.
Yeah,
and
hope so.
Make some good content with that. But yeah, Mike, you want to run it down, like what you got going on?
Yeah, so on screen here, I'll send you the screenshot of the events that I'm doing here. In total, though, it's a lot of golf, guys. I'm starting. Obviously, this is excluding college events because those aren't in the schedule yet for spring, and whatever the hell happens in the fall. But this is just purely my own events here, and then the one with Liam I'm playing in. So there's a few organizations that I'm going to be playing under. The main one being the New England Am Series, run by the PGA of America. Pretty good organization where they just do a bunch of amateur events. I'm going to be doing the Mass Amateur and the New England Amateur, which are just amateur events that anybody can jump into. And the one that I'm most excited for, that I'm really, really, really pumped for, is I'm going to be playing golf outside of the United States for the East Coast Pro Tour up the Toronto Open.
That's crazy.
And it is okay. So let me get this straight, because there's a little bit of confusion. It is a professional event, but I am competing as an amateur in the professional event. So I don't win any money. It's obviously I'm probably not going to in the first place, but I'm not accepting any money, obviously, if I do place, because, it's NCAA, I can't do that. Obviously, and as an amateur as well, you can't accept the prize money. It's purely just an experience to where I can play under some of the East Coast Pro Tour is the sub-tour to the Mackenzie Tour. So the main tour of Canada, it's basically like their Corn Ferry.
Yeah.
So it's really a high-level competition. I'm absolutely scared shitless for that, but it's gonna be really excited, and I'm also gonna be able to spend some time meeting my sponsor out Left Behind Golf up in Canada.
There you go.
So I'm just gonna run through the list real quick. It's a lot. So May 9th is a New England Am Series event at Blue Hill Country Club in Canton. A lot of these are one-day events, so I'm just gonna go through them real quick. May 18th at Cape Cod National. May 22nd is the U.S. Am Tour at Cold Springs.
Really?
Yes, there's an event at Cold Springs. I want to get you on that one too, if you can.
Yeah.
And mind you, we get out of school, I think it's May 5th. So we end school, and then, less than a week later, I'm already going to be in some events. Then May 31st, I'm going to be playing at Marlborough Country Club, which is in Central Mass. It's closer to me. The month of June, I'm taking kind of some time off because there's some, important dates in June that I just got to do. Plus, I want to also catch up on some work. And really grind my craft back home and do some practice. But inside of June, I have one event, which is the Pittsfield 4-ball. What's the actual name?
It's called the Pewter Cup.
Pewter Cup.
Yeah, so that's a great tournament. That'll be a fun week.
Yeah, Berkshire Hills, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a crack at that, Liam and I. Stay tuned for some good content.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. It's a really competitive tournament. They get a great field, a great course. Hopefully we get good conditions.
Yep. 4-ball format as well, so it's 2-man best ball.
Yep.
And it's
3 days.
3 days with a practice round. So the actual tournament schedule, like filming, might be a little bit difficult if we can't figure out a cameraman to follow us.
Yeah, if we get 1 round, 2 rounds, that's great.
Yeah, and in the practice round, we'll definitely be able to take the camera out and do either a vlog style or something where we're going to be talking some strategy. After the Pittsfield event, I have a pretty packed July. So July 12th is the Mass Amateur at Braeburn Country Club. This is my first time being able to compete in a Mass Am event. I'm really excited for that. After the Mass Am, July 18th, so that's a 3-day event, or it's a 2-day event, and then it's a cut. I believe that's the second day. So only a few days later, right after July 18th, I have a 1-day event at Pleasant Valley Country Club, which is private. Really excited to play there. July 20th. Just 2 days after that event, it's tight packed. It's tightly packed. We have the New England Amateur, which is, I believe, a 2-day event. Great River Country Club. Haven't played there. I'm excited to get onto that. And then July 26th. So I have, the first 2 weeks of July fully packed with, a few day events. And then July 26th, packing my shit. I'm going up to Toronto. I'm going to spend some time up there. And I don't think I'm just going to go for the tournament. I'm obviously going to go like a day before. My first time into Canada and my first time playing golf outside of the country. I really want to make light of the experience and just cool. Enjoy it. And hopefully, never know. I actually, we might get some content out of it. You never know. Okay. It might be really cool. Then I'm taking a pretty large break after July because it's a stupid amount of golf. And also, we're going to be moving in to school at some point.
Late August.
Late August. So there is an event on August 8th. There's a Sherbrooke Champ that's also a part of the East Coast Pro Tour. Not really determined on the event yet. They don't really know where it is yet either, but it's just an alternate event. August 15th is Plymouth Country Club, which is just another AM Series event. And then I have one here for September 12th, depending if we have, if it's a weekday, I believe it is. So, I might just take a day of practice just to go play in a tournament at Renaissance Golf Club.
There you go.
So it's a pretty packed list.
That's a packed schedule.
It's pretty packed.
So do you have any takeaways, like expectation-wise? Like, what are you looking for in these tournaments? Just experience, like run me through it. Yeah, so for you guys who know more about my story, this is really outside of our fall season. This is the first event this is the first year where I'm completely throwing myself into it. I want to really learn a lot. I want to play a lot of golf. I want to play a lot of competitive golf alongside, I'm working with a professional. I'm working at a club under a professional, not as an assistant, but just, as a handy guy, just to learn experience from him. A lot of these tournaments, I'm really trying to understand and catch up, really. You hear a lot of guys who play, high school, junior events. These are times where, I haven't experienced that pressure. I haven't, been able to go back and reflect on, past successes or failures. Yeah. While I've had a few very short stinted, I only played in, I think, 4 or 5 junior events, and that was in 2020. And junior events were so much different.
Yeah, they're very different. And then obviously the college events this summer. So, I've only played in about, 10-ish events in my golf career, I should say. So let's just double it in a year. And just throw myself completely into it and see what happens.
You'll learn a lot.
Yeah,
about who you are as a player, your tendencies, and how much golf maybe you can play in a month.
Yeah.
How much competitive golf you need, when you need to practice. Tournament golf is a great way to really figure out what parts of your game are good and bad. You can always go play.
Hit and giggle golf.
And then, you'd be like, oh, I'm not driving it well. Well, in a tournament, when you actually are thinking about your round afterwards, you'll know exactly where
you faltered.
Yeah.
I don't, these amateur events, I looked into some of the last year's scores. I will say they are one-day events, and these, players are obviously very talented. And obviously, a scoreboard can only say so much about conditions of a day and the course that day, and how hard they set it up. But, I think it would be really cool to get a top 3 in any of those amateur events. I feel like if I'm playing so many, I should, looking at the scoreboards of last year, I should be somewhere up there. Obviously, it's a complete stretch to say I want to win an event. That would be, obviously, you're going to go to an event to win it, right? But, to be realistic...
Small goals.
Yeah, small goals. Mostly just to advance my play, to be more consistent. And then the ultimate goal is this fall, being really prepared. And like I talked with Coach this past fall in our meetings, just to grind my own, to get my craft and just to get it to a point where it's so consistent that, my C game can be
contending.
Contending. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I feel like I can get there. I don't feel like I'm reaching out too far. I don't feel like I'm doing, this is probably a little too much. But I'm going to learn that. Yeah. It's going to be tough. But I'm excited. And you guys will hopefully see a good amount of it in these podcasts. Liam, we'll throw it over to you now.
I don't have 20. How many events you have?
Excluding college,
Don't have as many as Mike. I will say that right now, but I do play.
11.
I play an okay amount of tournaments, so I don't know where I'm going to start. So obviously the spring season will end. I don't have the exact dates for a lot of these tournaments. The Worthington Cup, which is just a nice little. It's a 9-hole course. It's where I grew up, small little town. Really small tournament. They probably get maybe like 30-ish teams, 30 teams. It's the same format as the Pewter Cup, 2-man best ball. And I'll play that with my buddy that I grew up with. He's from the town, so it's a nice kind of like a hit and giggle. It's not the longest course, but you just go there and I just try to like reminisce on where I grew up and whatnot. So, but it's still it's a competitive tournament.
Yeah.
So I'll play that. It's 2 days. That'll be in probably June. I'm gonna do my 2 club championships. One at the course I work at, and then one at Berkshire Hills, and then the Pewter Cup with Mike. That'll be fun. And then the singles tournament at Berkshire Hills again. It's just a 3-day, play your own ball. It's brutal. Tons of players. Really high competition. There's a lot of different flights, which is nice because you can contend
in your flight.
And last time I want to say I contended. I went, I think, like 79, 80, 85. But until the last day, I was right up there. And great tournament, great course, so that'll be another big one. And then, I'm going to try to there's a U.S. Open qualifier right at one of the courses in Pittsfield, so might as well just throw myself at that. No, I think it's Berkshire Hills.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's a U.S. Open or USAM, one of those.
I think it's USAM, yeah.
Either way, I'm just going to... But I'll probably play like 15 competitive rounds this year, and that's enough for me to stay in tournament shape.
Yep. Come
fall, I'm obviously gonna be grinding, trying to get better. That's my plan this summer.
Yeah. So another thing too, I kind of want to touch on too is there's a lot of courses that personally I like a to-do not like a to-do list, but like I want to go play these courses. I don't have the list on hand right now. But there's a lot of stuff outside of golf tournaments that we're going to be doing together as a group. And obviously, I know you have work and you're in Pittsfield and you're doing your own thing, and I'm going to be doing my thing at work too. But we're going to try our best to make weekend trips or week trips
content
and just make content. If this is something that you guys would want to see, it's just course vlogs and us just playing a bunch of different courses. It's something that we're gonna hopefully be able to do with your support.
And even if not together, like just individually, if you play a course out your way, film 9 holes.
Yeah.
And
toss it up.
So that'll be cool. And that kind of like wraps it up for today. We're gonna throw it over to an interview with Alec before we let you guys go and whatnot. But make sure you're following us on socials.
Yep.
That's always in the description. We always appreciate the support. Every Tuesday podcast comes out, every Friday video comes out. We're just getting better and better, and you just don't want to miss it. So
this is our origin story. This is our come up. We have everything down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it to a friend. Even outside of golf, if you have someone who likes just listening to conversations, some of our mental talk, or even some of our this interview we're about to have with Alec. Really cool.
Really, it was really cool. I mean,
or we had with Alec, I should say.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It was unique. It's just really cool to see the perspective. And I don't want to spoil anything. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. Great interview. You guys will see more of Alec too. One of the guys on our team.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And we will send you guys over to this interview now.
We take a quick break to check in with our friends over at Left Behind Golf.
Hey Lefties, what's going on? We have a really cool company here.
Really
Toronto.
Cool company. Our great friends over at Left Behind Golf Company. You want to tell us a little bit about them, Mike?
So based out of Toronto, Canada, a small startup in the year 2020. It's the only lefty exclusive golf brand ever, actually, that we know. They make some great apparel, gloves, hats, quarter zips, all lefty based and backed by lefties and for lefties.
By lefties, for lefties. We have a discount code, MKEEF10.
Yep, 10% off site-wide.
So go do that now. They got some great stuff, and they've been helping us out over here. So do us a favor and go check out their stuff.
Hell yeah, Left Behind Golf, baby. Go get it.
We take a quick break to check in with our friends over at Caddy Splash.
Guys, there's nothing worse than having dirty clubs on the course and not having like a wet brush or towel to clean.
I have been dry spitting. My clubs have not been clean. They have not been clean.
Yeah. So,
and I keep hitting them.
Yeah, the best way to clean your clubs is to get a Caddy Splash brush. Inside the handle of the brush here, you'll see, squeeze some water out. Comes right down onto the grooves.
Guys, I used it today. We played golf today. I used it. Trust me, it works. It's sick. It's not like this weird thing that you'd think, oh, like, does it really clean my clubs? Yes, it cleans. Legit. Yes, it cleans your clubs.
It's legit.
And they make them look brand new.
Seriously, dry towel looks awesome. Swipe them down. Caddy Splash, we also have a code for you, 10% off. Use code BLAZER. Checkout. Get yourself a brush. They have apparel. And It's backed by some great guys over in Arizona. So please support Caddy Splash. They help us out. Great guys and a great product. It's something you really need in your golf bag. Don't use a hip towel. Come on.
Yeah. Caddy Splash, get yours today.
Get it.
Back to the pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Blazer Golf podcast. Joined today here with Liam.
What's going on, everybody?
And our guest today, Alec, another guy on our team. Alec, welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Pleasure as always. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
You along with Matt
and John.
Phil and John's shoes for today.
Yeah. Phil, yeah. We're lonely without John today, guys. He's just trying to get the bag. Okay, guys. He needs to supply this podcast. We're going through dollars here,
which he will hopefully someday do.
No, John. We love you, man. Just you got to commit to this shit. No, it's all good. All right, let's what are we doing today, Liam?
I think we need to introduce our guest first because he's got
that's
a lot of good stuff to tell us about today. What we're gonna go over today, though.
Yeah, so we are going to touch on Alec. We're going to introduce Alec and his experience in the waste management. We're going to go over Joachim Nieman's win at the Genesis and just talk about some tour news.
So we're also going to talk about the round we played today. We went out, got some golf in, and then we're going to talk about our summer schedule coming up for tournaments this summer.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Alec, introduce yourself. Where are you from?
All right.
What's your story, man?
Well, I'm Alec. I'm from Agawam, a couple towns over from here. I just started playing golf in high school, but never really played competitive until this past year at Elms. I'm not the best golfer, but I have a lot of fun.
That's why he's here.
That's why he's here, guys.
I struggle a lot mentally with the game. Definitely, it's a big part. And I can't get rid of my slice.
I'm glad he's saying this because, as much as we are obviously trying to improve ourselves, what's nice about the Elms, I don't know, I guess
the dynamic.
Yeah, we get to try to help people like Alec and Matt.
Yeah.
Get better. You know, and obviously coaches off great job with that.
Yeah.
And but it's just I feel in some schools you don't see each player trying to really help the other guy too much because they're all so. I mean, it's just weird.
I feel sometimes it could be the coach might just focus on who's good and not really care about who's trying to improve.
It's not like that here.
No,
our coach is very focuses on each individual.
Yeah. And it's small. It's small steps. It's not tomorrow you're gonna go out and shoot 35. It's you're gonna hit 3 less slices, in the course of the round. So
short-term goals to take over.
Yeah, definitely.
But you want to talk about how you because obviously you are a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because.
All right, so explain it.
All right, so I graduated high school in 2016. I was going to Westfield State, supposed to graduate in 2020. I did 3.5 years at Westfield State, dropped out because I wasn't doing well. I hated the major I was in. So I transferred to community college, got my associates, and then transferred here. So I transferred as a junior, but my program isn't just a normal bachelor's, it's an accelerated 20-month bachelor's. So that's why I don't even really know what I am. I just know I'm done in like a year and a half.
There you go.
So what is your major? What are you going for?
Healthcare management.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I know you walked on last fall.
Yeah. So I actually went on Elm's website and looked up like the golf page, and I reached out to the coach and I said, "Hey, I'm an incoming student."
Gotcha.
And he was like,
Oh, is that how it was?
"Yeah," and he was like, "We're accepting anybody right now."
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "Oh, I'd love to try out." Thank God I didn't have to try out. But he's like, "Oh, we're accepting anybody right now." I'm like, "Oh, awesome." He's like, "Meet with me, whatever in my office." So I met with him, and he just kind of explained what.
Yeah, and coach's cubicle in an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's cool though. Coach does a really good job with what he's given to take care of us and to kind of push our program. So we're really thankful for that. But Alec, let's
dive into it.
Yeah, what was your no? What was your first experience like? Like, what was your first was it a practice or did you go? No, it was
no. Oh, okay.
Straight,
so that's a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, no, straight to the event, right?
All right. Yeah. So I didn't get cleared until pretty much the day before a tournament.
Yeah.
So I haven't even met half the guys except for Liam.
Yeah, we
just had like a minute walk to the health center. That was it.
Yeah.
So I'm already nervous as it is, and then I haven't even met my team yet. I never even played competitive golf. Barely even met the coach. So I'm like just freaking out this morning. And so I get there in the morning of the tournament, and I can't remember if
it was one at Cold Spring, right?
Yeah, it was at Cold Spring. And I remember I had to bring like your outfit, like your shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like meet you in the parking lot.
I was
or
gonna
something,
say,
and it's just like, man, like what Alec went through must have been like so shitty.
Yeah, man. I can't imagine being in those shoes, man. That would kill me. And tell you what, dude, the first swing I ever saw you take was your tee shot on on the range. It was on the range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we were on the range.
We went to the range to warm up before the tournament, and of course, I feel this is all like Alec's trying to warm up for a tournament, and he has to hit his first swings in a packed range right next to his two new teammates.
Yeah, dude, it was very nerve-wracking.
And so fast forward, we get to the first tee, and
Alec,
let's just say it wasn't great.
I think the first time wasn't too bad. I think that wasn't when I topped it to the tee box in front. That was the second time.
That was the
first one. I just hit a little slice off to the right of the fairway, I think. So it wasn't that bad. At least I got it out there. Yeah. But the second time I walked up to the tee box, I topped the ball to the tee box in front of me, and then I go down to that shot and top it again to the.
I mean, thankfully this par 3 is like super downhill because
so
you got some
he topped it and it was able to like go down a hill and roll out. But if it was just a flat shot, like your ball would have been right there as the other kids are hitting.
Yeah, it was crazy though. I remember when I was on that range before the tournament, I kind of like, cause I didn't know you, I was kind of talking to you a little bit, just trying to give you some pointers, like how do you give advice to somebody who's never played competitive golf? And I was kind of like, man, like you just have to like don't care, like just go out like any other day, and obviously that's hard, right? Yeah. But it's just you got to do everything to take off the idea of pressure because you're in such a foreign environment.
Right, and that's what everybody was saying, kind of. They're like, just go out there and play golf, have fun. No one was focusing really on any competitive aspects of it because I feel like you just gotta kind of relax mentally but it was tough.
To that point though, I want to ask, like, what was it like? Because like,
this was like your 9 holes. Like
this was your first true like tournament, right? Like individual stroke play. So like having it be like a pretty decent stage, like a college tournament with like 16 teams or something.
Yeah,
like
it was a packed list.
What was it like when you were told to just go play golf? Like, what were you actually thinking on like the first hole, third hole, like?
If you remember, like
it was. I just remember feeling like it was very like. I felt very weird. Like it was weird because I'm so used to just going out and playing with my friends, and here I am just walking with 2 strangers.
Yeah, trying to like line up their putts. I'm sure like you're not used to like.
Right. Yeah. Like it was just very weird. Like, but I didn't feel like awkward at all. Like I'm very sociable and stuff. But the 2 kids I was with weren't really.
Sticks, bro.
They weren't really the kid from Emmanuel, I think it was, or no, he was from I think Emmanuel, and then I forgot what Gordon College. Yeah. The kid from Gordon wouldn't give me the time of day. He wouldn't even talk to me. But the
See, I hate that when dude.
I know, it's dude.
We got long waits in between tee boxes. I try to make some small talk. I'm just like, so what are you majoring? He's like, business. And that's it. I'm like, come on, dude. Exactly I'm like, we got 20 more minutes to hit our next shot. Give me something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of touch up on that. I'm the butterfly.
Oh my god.
So this is kind of I want to dive into this a little bit because we haven't talked about this on air. So our first, I think it was our first and second tournament. I'm just doing my thing. I like to talk to the guys I play with. It helps me take off a lot of the pressure of the actual golf itself.
Yeah.
Golf.
Becomes more like a normal round when you're talking.
Yeah, exactly.
When you become acquainted.
Yeah, you lose that pressure. So, and you guys can probably tell, I talk loud as a motherfucker. Like, I don't care, bro. I talk really loud. I kind of, my voice carries. My voice carries, as Coach would say.
Yeah.
And at the time, Liam over here, so Liam and I have very contrasting different ways to play on the course or talk on the course, but we play a pretty similar game. So after the event, he just goes, man, you got to stop talking to me. You just got to shut up. And I'm like, shit, because obviously I'm not trying to take on your.
And it is a part. It's not of course Mike's fault entirely. I do I need to get better at taking it and just trying to block it out. But he'd be playing in the group in front of me and say he's teeing off and the green's near the tee box and I'm about to hit a chip and I just hear Mike talking to this kid and keep talking wait, I'm waiting for him to stop talking. And as soon as he stops talking, I go to hit my chip and he starts again. And I chunk it, and I'm just already playing bad. I'm just and
flustered.
The whole round, I'm playing bad, and I'm just hearing Mike having the time of his life in front of me, just great shot, dude. And I was well, and then he'd always be like, "How you playing?" And I'm just
good, bro.
Hey,
I'm
shut the get out of here now. And the more I kind of realize and think about other people's perspectives, the more I'm kind of I of it myself.
Yeah.
So I eventually did get somewhat better at
even the second day we brought it up, or I was like, hey, just so you know, I was able to hear you loud and clear.
When was this? The tournament?
This was our first tournament. No, this was our this is our first 2-day tournament. Before you were so
this man goes, I saw your yellow glove.
Yeah.
No, okay, listen, Left Behind Golf, the guys at Left Behind Golf, the gloves pop out. You guys, I even gave that one to Matt. You remember the yellow glove?
Yeah.
So they're channel partners of ours. They make some great products and everything. We're in the hat right now. Some really cool stuff coming up this spring, but the yellow glove, the Kill Bill, after obviously the Uma Thurman, the Kill Bill movie. Really, really cool. And this guy, man, it's he's just man, I saw your yellow glove. And I was just,
and it triggered me.
No, he was mad. He was mad. I don't know how a glove could trigger you, but then again, that's kind of me being I don't know. That's kind of on you.
Well, even the second day, like I said, we talked about it a little bit. The second day, much better, and obviously it helps that I played better too. But yeah, it's just I don't know. Playing partners are always weird conversation because everyone's just so different that you can't narrow it down to a group of people. It's just who you're playing with that day. But I guess there's always ways that you can take it, and I need to get better at playing with more people, more talkative people and more serious people. Because I don't know, I do to just kind of be pretty quiet, do my own thing, and when it's a wait, just talk. But I don't know, there's people that like Mike, or some people who are just like you said, the kid you played with. They're just much different.
There's different ways to do it.
I think the thing with golf is there's so many different kinds of kids that play the sport. Whereas other sports kind of have the stigmatized, of how kids are. The hockeyers, they'll all be the bros.
Yeah, a lot of the same
the
background.
Hockey bros, and I feel a lot of just different kids.
Especially in the D3, our D3. There's so many different backgrounds. You have kids coming from other sports.
Right, exactly. Some are just playing for fun. Some love the sport. Some, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's kind of like our team at Elms. Think about it. It's us 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Liam, me, John, Matt, and you. It's our 5. Those are our guys. And if you really look into it, you and John are from the area. You, Matt, and John are from the area.
Mm-hmm.
Liam and I are kind of on opposite sides of the state. And he played high school. I didn't play high school. You played high school. You guys both play high school. I obviously lived sleep and breathe this game.
We all play different sports,
and we all play different sports.
Right.
It's really cool to see that dynamic and how even in practice it's not awkward. It's like it's such a good vibe.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we really work together, and Coach does a really good job at kind of like
balancing the mix of like it's like obviously you need to make practice fun and enjoyable, but also like you need to get something out of it. Otherwise, it could be. So I do agree. I think it is nice when you're not like all the people in your group aren't the same. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good thing in diversity.
So
let's jump.
I want to dive into this. Our Alec was at Waste Management a few weekends ago.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact dates, but Phoenix, Arizona, TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah.
16th hole.
Can you? All right. Do you want to just do a?
All right. So
do you want to walk us through?
Yeah, man. Take the mic.
I'll start, Mike.
Do your thing.
Walk us through it.
All right, we're here to listen, man. This is the first time we're hearing this story. We talked very briefly off air. This is our first time, so all the stuff that Alec's gonna be telling us right now, like this is all legit, straight up, first time hearing it. So we're gonna sit back as well as you guys. So Alec, take it away, bro.
All right, so
take it away.
So the week before leaving for Phoenix, my buddy from Arizona hits us up, sends us a video of Thursday morning when the tournament first started of the gate opening at 7 a.m, and it was like a stampede.
Crazy. I think I saw it on
like absolutely insane. Like I was watching it and I'm like, holy shit! Like we're gonna get killed. Like it was like it was packed. It was just right when the gates opened, everyone just started running this direction. It was crazy. So we fly in Saturday morning, like 1 a.m. We get to my buddy's place, and he already scheduled an Uber for 5 a.m. to pick us up to go to the tournament. So we maybe slept an hour and a half. And Uber picks us up, drops us off. We walk about a quarter mile to the gate. So we got there at like 5:30 in the morning. And there was already hundreds, probably thousands of people there.
Jeez. Is it like loud at this point? Or is it kind of everyone's
everyone's tired? Just kind of talking.
Okay, gotcha.
So not really loud.
Like Black Friday lines.
Yeah, but like times 1,000.
But like golfers.
Yeah. And it was sick, dude, because everyone there is dressed like everyone wears like different stuff. Like some guy was wearing like, I don't know. It's just cool. Everyone dresses. Some people dress up. Some people wear costumes.
Yeah,
like it's just kind of like a wacky, like, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So it was cool, like seeing everybody in line, talking to people. And then so we got there 5:30. Gates opened at like 6:50, and there was, when you're waiting in like a line somewhere, they have like those belts, kind of like that attached to the next pole. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So they had those like kind of snaking through. Everyone just ripped them and just started running. So it was already like off the start, just chaotic.
Did anyone get trampled that you saw?
Nobody I saw. No.
Okay. I'm sure it happened, but
so we all knew. So the reason why it's like this, for the people that don't know, is hole 16 there.
Yeah.
Which is arguably the best hole in all of golf.
Yeah.
To be at. Only seats like a few thousand. It seats 20,000 people, but the general admission area is maybe like, I don't know, 1,000 or so. So right when the gates open, everybody runs and tries to get to that hole. And I recorded a video. It was 6 minutes and like 50 seconds of just straight running. They said it was almost a mile. So I recorded the video myself.
6.5 minute mile.
Dude, it was crazy. So like,
so you made it.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah,
easily or was it okay?
Easily, we made it. It was me, 3 friends, and then one of my friend's girlfriend.
And this was a Saturday morning?
Yeah,
so Saturday. The week, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so probably the busiest day.
Yeah, I was gonna say
of the tournament.
You guys know what happened on Saturday. By now, you guys know what happened on Saturday.
Because Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, it probably wasn't as busy. I'm guessing.
But there was still a lot of people there, though. Yeah. But so we ran to that hole. We made it. And I don't think the first tee time was until. Well, I mean, they started at 9, but they didn't get to us till like 11. So it was kind of a long waiting. We got like food in the meantime.
That's a long
in the morning.
Wait.
Yeah.
You get
so you're like there at 7.
Yeah, that's a day, bro.
You're there in the seat at 7 a.m. and you gotta wait till like 11.
Yeah. So we were in line at 5:30 in the morning. We stayed at that hole till like 3 in the afternoon. So it was a day.
And those, I'm guessing it's not the most comfortable. It's probably
it's like
pretty
you ever go
crammed, right?
Yeah. You ever go to Fenway?
Yeah.
You know how those seats are?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's like
That's brutal.
But I mean, no one was really sitting. Everyone's standing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's basically just everyone's partying and whatever. But it was cool. So we got like the high bleachers in the back, which to me was the best seat because we could see hole 16, and then right behind us was the green of hole 10.
Oh, 10.
It was 10, yeah. So we could see the guys finishing up over there, and then the guys on our hole. Yeah, it was awesome. So there was just like at Fenway, the guys coming through, the food and stuff like on their head, the hot dogs.
Really?
Shit.
So there was there was that, and then, but it was guys with beers, like big bins of beer.
That can't go well.
So yeah, it was basically just everyone was. It was a general admission. It was basically like a huge party. Everyone hanging out, watching golf. It was sick though because with this hole, so if the golf, everyone makes noise on the backswing, which is like completely opposite of what you're supposed to do in golf.
But it's part of that.
But it's part of the vibe, yeah.
It's part of this hole. So like the thing with this hole is people argue it's good for the game. People argue it's bad for the game. It takes away from what golf should be. But other people are saying it should be more. This is what golf should be like.
It makes
make it more
care.
exciting.
When I'm watching on TV, like that tournament, yeah, it might not be like as elite as like say the Genesis this week or like obviously the majors, but like man, I'm telling you, it gives me the same kind of feels watching the back nine of that tournament than a major because the holes are great. Like 17's a drivable par 4 with water. 16 you have to can't wait to go there and you got to hit a good shot. You're going to get booed. So
it's crazy. Like you think so many other sports, literally name a sport, there's stadiums or, some sort of like avid watch like of thousands of people, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you can go watch a golf tournament. You can walk, you can be on the ropes. Like, obviously there's, you think a given golf tournament, there's, probably a few thousand people and that's all over. Well, maybe more than that,
a lot. Yeah.
But like a lot more, but over the course of 18 holes, which is, sometimes a few hundred acres, maybe even thousands of land. So you think one golf hole, which is what, 145 yards?
It can get up to like 170. It was like playing like 170 on Sunday.
Yeah, so like anywhere
from 164 when I went.
Yeah. So
they said it was the shortest par 3.
Yeah.
There.
It is, yeah.
So like, you think, 160 yards, 100 whatever, like you got, what is it? 15,000 people?
Oh, more.
At that hole?
It has to be more, right?
20,000 at that hole. There was 140,000 in total attendance.
That's crazy. So you think 20,000 individual people are just like literally watching over your, your fucking butter 8-iron. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. And I do think like as great as it is, it's only great because it happens like once a year.
Right.
If it happened a lot, then like you wouldn't get that rowdiness every single time. You just kind of be like, well, I do think like, I don't know, maybe like a dozen times a year it could work. Like if not, maybe like
because
if like one tournament
every weekend, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there's like I think there's like with like co-sanctioned events, there's like 50 events a year on the tour. There's a lot of weeks off, but say like the majors have like the WGCs that are with the European Tour have another PGA Tour so it's like 2 in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think if say like every tournament had like not every tournament, but like I don't know, like make these stupid tournaments that don't get a lot of viewership. Give them a cool hole that like you're supposed to like be loud at or boo the players, and like
it was sick.
Make it more like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It was cool because every time if they hit the green, everyone would cheer. If they miss it, everyone would boo. Or like if they miss the putts, everyone would boo. But you could tell the guys that are missing the putts they just hated being on that hole. They were like just because they're having thousands of people just.
If you're a pro and you're getting mad about that being at that hole, like fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like as nervous as I would be, I would do anything to hit a shot with all those people in like because like I would just want that one chance to hit it to like 20 feet and get like.
Get the 20,000 people back you up.
That's like crazy. You can't even like. So if you're getting mad, I'm like, oh, you loud people. I'm trying to make my fuck off.
Like why'd you sign up for the event? Like why did you go? Why didn't you go to this event? Skip the event, practice, go home and practice.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
See, I always wonder too. Like I wonder if, I mean, probably obviously not, but I wonder like the mental level of pro golfers if they're all good mentally.
Oh, definitely,
absolutely not.
Definitely not.
No, absolutely not.
There's some people
I mean, a lot better than college and everybody.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all relative. When you think of like, I don't know, there's a lot of golfers that are known for like running hot and like, you know, like
Rom.
Sergio. He's gotten better, but he would just like act like a child sometimes, like slam his clubs in the bunkers and like kick the course and shit. And it's like, there's definitely like golfers that like their bad rounds are bad, but they have such a good fundamental swing that like they can still play on tour. And I don't know, there's definitely a lot of guys that just.
I think one thing I want to touch up on, I think 16 makes a really interesting point in the golf world where you kind of have that dynamic of, you know, professional, traditional golf, and you introduce that to the common consumer who's like probably like, you know, a weekend warrior or people who are like, I don't want to say hacks because that's kind of rude, but like it opens it up to people who, you know, people throwing beers on the course. Like literally like when they made the hole in one, like throwing beers, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I feel like, you know, every sport, there has to be a diverse, you know, level of playing. I feel like the reason that golf is so diverse is because of that difference. Like, of understanding, like some people are really pro hoodie on the golf course. Some people are like, no, like you got to wear a collar. Like, I feel like every single person on that spectrum is at that tournament. And I think that's why it's really powerful for golf.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to watch that tournament from like a fan perspective, cool. Like there's a lot of 16, 17, like a lot of cool, rowdy, like entertainment. But if you also want to like nerd out, it's like, okay, yeah, you got this like on 16, yeah, it might just be a rowdy hole, but like there's false fronts, balls roll into the bunker. Can you get it to that back pin? Like, can you carry it? Like, you got to hit the shot. Like 17, like, are you taking the risk of going for the green? So it is like cool for like me to be like my fan and like golf side to like both be like fulfilled while watching that tournament. One other thing I want to mention before we get off the waste management thing, because I know I want to like ask you a few more questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
What were some like what's the most memorable thing when you were there? Like if there was like a good shot, bad shot, just like people around you doing shit. Like what are some of the stories or things you experienced?
So probably the most memorable thing about being there is the people I met there around me, like in the stands that were watching too. You know, I was talking to so many people, making friends, and people come from everywhere to watch this thing. The kids in front of me were from Chicago. There was a kid behind me from Colorado. There were some other kids that were from the area in Phoenix.
ASU kids?
No, maybe, but they were older though, so they might have went there. But yeah. So to me, like that was crazy because that doesn't really happen with a lot of tournaments. I feel like,
especially golf,
especially golf. You know, there's people that come from everywhere. I heard it even internationally.
Well, I heard that
to go to that
tournament's pretty cheap, right? Like the admissions. I think that's another reason.
Yeah, so we paid $65 for a weekend ticket, which I thought it would be way more. I thought it'd be like over $100.
Yeah. And that's just like all day.
All day general admission.
Both days? Or just
just one day, Saturday.
$65. You got on 18? Or on 16?
16, yeah.
That's crazy, dude. It's just obviously the flight there, but like, and staying, but like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so.
But you make a trip out of it, like you did yourself. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if you went just for the weekend and went to the tournament, I think that's well worth it. You know, it was awesome. So yeah, the most memorable thing I think was just seeing where everyone came from. You know, that was pretty cool. As far as like things happening there, it was so hard to focus on the golf as much as exciting as it was, because just the stands was rowdy. You know, people were doing stuff in the stands, like, you know, just standing out. Like it was just overall like just a great experience. You know, everything was like so stimulating. Like, you know, the golf, the stands, the cheering.
That's awesome, dude.
So it was fun. Dude.
You might notice he didn't say like seeing the hole in one. You
Yeah.
did miss out on that.
Yeah.
Was there any
I
like?
hate to say that.
Was there any golf shots, or who'd you like? Was there any like? I'm trying to think. Like, did you see any guys hit it close?
I can't remember exactly. Nobody really like kind of
Flagged it.
Yeah, no.
Well, you did get like the morning group, the people that barely made the cut, that you saw first.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. They kind of landed, I'd say, maybe like 10 yards out from the pin, but the green was pretty big there.
Yeah.
So you could miss the green short and still be on. Well, at least where the pin was that day. But a lot of people for the most part, landed the green, but never really like, feet within the hole where everyone was like, "Oh my god," going crazy about it.
And then you missed the hole in one.
Yeah, so we missed the hole in one. So it was like 3:00 at this point. We were kind of burnt out. It was my buddy and his girlfriend who actually was like, let's or they wanted to meet some of their friends that were at, I think 17 they were at. So we got off the hole. We were walking around. I get a text from Mike. He's like, "Alec, you were so lucky you just saw that." And I'm like, I don't think I replied or anything, but I looked on.
I don't think he did.
I got the ESPN headline notification saying it was a hole in one.
You would have been able to hear it, I'm sure, right?
I don't think we did, honestly.
Damn.
Which I don't know how, because we were like right on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But
I
was so mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. So on screen here, we'll put the photo you sent me. We'll put it in here. You sent me that. You sent the photo of that chat at 3:00. So probably right before you left.
Yeah.
And then at like, I think it was like 4:00, 4:45 or whatever, or like 30 a little bit after. Yeah. I texted Alec, I can't believe you saw that. I'm so jealous. That's insane. And then literally, you liked it, but you didn't respond to it. Like you liked the message.
Yeah.
Dude, that's tough, man. I can't believe it.
It happened again too. Do you see on Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
I think there was only 3 or 4 hole in ones. On that hole,
yeah, there's 4,
and there's 2 in the same tournament back to back. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen for if the statistics hold true. It's not going to happen for like 3 years or whatever.
Right, and that's where I don't know if you guys go on TikTok at all. I'm not big on TikTok, but I'll just scroll through sometimes when someone sends me something.
Yeah.
You ever see people making those videos with the golf cover of the voiceover where it's like,
oh yeah, when Tiger made his hole in one.
Yeah. I didn't know that was from that until I looked it up.
Yeah, you look at, what was it, 98?
I was looking up like how many
97. Yeah.
I was looking up how many hole in ones happened, and someone said an article said the famous Tiger's first one, and I thought the audio was like fake because I've only seen it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Where someone posted.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, no way, this is where that's from. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that clip's crazy, and he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's
before the grandstands.
Right, back then there was no grandstands so now they call that hole the Coliseum because of all the stadium and grandstands and stuff.
Dude.
There's a lot of holes at that course that have like stadiums around, but not fully enclosed like 16.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're at a different hole and you don't make 16, there's still like, kind of that aspect of what golf really isn't like, I guess, being in stands. And
that's crazy.
So when you're ordering food, like, is it like, I'm guessing the grandstands go pretty deep, and there's like, is there concession areas, or is like there like food things? Yeah, there's a concession area. There was just one. I mean, we waited maybe like an hour and a half in line, so we had like 3 or 4 people stay back at the seats, and only me and my other friend went.
So wait, you waited an hour and a half in line to get it. What'd you get? Like actual food, or
yeah, they only had hot dogs, fruit, chips, I think. So we each got 2 hot dogs. That's all we had all day.
Jeez.
Guys, next time.
That was before the tournament started. Like before
So you're eating the hot dogs at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 10:30 probably.
Guys, next time you go out for your 18-hole round and you want to get a hot dog or something at the turn, whatever you need at the turn, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go play the front nine again.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Play 18 holes.
Yeah, but at least it was before the golfers came to the.
Yeah.
So we didn't.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was quite the experience.
That's cool though. What other stuff did you do in Arizona, just outside of waste management? You said we went to Sedona, right?
Yeah, I went to Sedona, which is 2 hours north of Phoenix. Beautiful landscape there. You know, it's all like the red rocks, kind of canyon looking things. We went to some national parks, did some hiking, went off-roading in the UTVs, which was sick.
That's so sick.
Ripping them through the desert, like
That's
70
awesome,
miles per hour down these trails.
That's dope. That's so
I felt
cool,
like I was
dude.
in a video game because I was like racing my friend, dude. Like it was like, you ever play like ATV versus
I've definitely played these like
what was it like back then on PlayStation? ATV versus dirt bikes or something. And dude, it was
on the PS2.
yes,
oh my god,
dude! I swear it was
Yo,
it was insane. Like we're going like
That's
70 on these
crazy.
trails, and then the trail splits, so you can like pick which path you go, and we just come
my-
out to each other on the main road. Again on the main trail, dude. It was sick. Like,
Dude, that's so cool.
it was so sick.
That's cool, dude.
Was it like sketchy at all? Like was it like concrete or was it just like desert?
It was like desert sand and rocks.
Was it like bumpy at all?
Yeah.
So
So
like sketchy.
no, because the trail going to the river, like we went to this river, was very it was like packed sand, like kind of rocky, but very bumpy. So at first my friend he was driving first. At first he was like he would approach a bump and kind of slam the brakes and go slow. But then we found out the suspension on these things just completely like ate these bumps. Like you didn't feel anything.
Yeah, so you just gotta go fast.
So you could just rip like 50 miles an hour. I'm talking like 3 foot, like if you hit it in a car, you'd probably bottom out your car, and then you just go right over them like smooth. It was
nuts,
crazy,
dude.
dude. You didn't feel one thing.
That's nuts.
So once you got used to that and like got used to the speed and stuff, dude, it was awesome. Probably one of the best things I did.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's really cool, man. Touch on. I have a buddy of mine. I just remember this. I got a buddy of mine who actually played TPC Scottsdale.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
it's open to the public too.
Yeah, he played there when he was in Arizona. Because he was there for a few years, just for school and stuff.
Yeah.
And he, I remember him playing. So we were playing on 2K, a few days before the tournament, and he's talking about. I think it was 16 or something. He was like, "Oh man, like, I think he pulled it or whatever. He was in like the front right of the green. He had like a mile-long putt. He's like, man, I remember having this putt, and I'm like, oh, you probably played it a few times before. And he just told me, oh no, I had this putt in real life. Like that's crazy. Like playing something in a video game and actually going to like, or playing something and then going and playing in a video game. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
So
such like an iconic.
That must be a
course,
crazy
dude.
experience, dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude.
It's weird. Like if I play a course like that, because I never played like a super. I've yet to play like a course that like a tour would play at.
Right, right.
And if I ever played it, I feel like I'd want to hit like a bunch of putts and like a bunch of different shots, but it's just you can't.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they don't use the New Haven course we played at. That was like PGA level.
It does like
It's
state
Yeah.
tournaments,
Yeah.
but it's not like
I'll tell you a story. I played at Worcester Country Club, which is where the first Ryder Cup was hosted. I was lucky enough. I had a friend in high school at the time. My boy Robbie. He was like, "Yo, I know some people. Like, I'm a member over here. Like, just come up for the day. Like, come play Worcester." And at the time, I was like, "Dude, this is crazy. Like, the first Ryder Cup, and it's one of the oldest courses in Central Mass. Like, it was nuts. Like, pure link style course. Tee boxes are all like super tight. Like the fairways at New Haven, like super tight packed, but like good grass.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the actual difference between like the fairway and the rough was like, 2 feet of like fringe or like first cut, and then like the rough was like real like thick, like 4 or 5 inch or like probably 4-inch like bluegrass.
that's another thing. You don't really
Crazy.
You don't get you up here. You get a lot of like, oh, if you're in the rough, it's really not a big deal.
No,
Right.
Down there, it's
crap.
like, no,
Yeah.
you are not flagging it.
Yeah.
Or at like really good courses,
yeah,
Yeah.
So
crazy to think about.
Yeah,
that.
there's some courses in Western Mass that are like, they're really fun, but just terrible condition. It's like playing in your backyard, just like normal grass.
exactly.
All they do is just
And
cut the
that's
fairway lower.
The biggest thing with that is like the location. It's harder to maintain.
Yeah,
When you get winter and you get snow and stuff, it's just
yeah,
Yeah, you think 5 months out of the year you can't,
properly
do
treat-
very minimal amount of stuff to the course in terms of
right.
like any kind of maintenance or
yeah,
seed or anything, because nothing grows. You think second week of October, once you get that first like few nights of like where you're dropping below 30, like nothing you put down is gonna do anything. You wake up
kind of
with
saving
frost.
what you have from
Yeah.
there on out.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Alec, we'll get you out of here. Don't want to keep you too long. I know you got things to do, places to be, but thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
We'll have you on more.
Yeah, awesome coming on, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Let
Thank
us
you for sharing
know.
our story, your story, and that's
And you'll probably
cool.
see Alec in future videos and podcasts.
Yeah. I look forward to the spring season.
Yeah, guys, it's gonna be really cool. Alec, thanks again, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing your story.